One other piece that's kind of coming from Europe, which is poorly implemented in Ireland at the moment, is around innovation procurement. So this is really where there's a blue sky piece of technology, or there's a service that's a requirement where the public buyer has a problem or challenge, and they need to get some research and development done, or they need to start trialing or prototyping services. This is driven from Europe, and it's really interesting that they recognize that public buyers can become the first customer for pure startups or for innovation companies, and they're allowing companies to get a reference. It allows them to get a chance of getting a reference customer, maybe with the HSE in Ireland. So why wouldn't you not go into the NHS in the UK and further afield after that? So innovation procurement is a significant EU fund, and it allows public buyers to forget about the tendering for a while and just engage with more innovation companies and not be afraid of having that dialogue. And it allows, there's procedures around it, there's supports available, there's funding that's coming from Europe that will allow organizations to come in and consult with public buyers. And the idea is that public buyers then are acting as a catalyst to trigger and to engage with innovative scientific research companies. So there's two primary aspects to it. It's broken down into what's called PCP and PPI. So pre-commercial procurement is all R&D services. So they have a challenge. They want to remove algae, or they want to remove flooding in Cork, or they want to remove graffiti from the walls. And how are you going to prevent that? How can you paint walls that will prevent graffiti, as an example? So it's a big societal issue, and multiple companies might have an idea. So public buyers will bring them on a dialogue, on a journey. And they'll start working with them, they'll start generating solutions, they'll start developing prototypes, and they'll whittle it down. At some stage down the line, there will be a public tender in terms of when they know what the solution might look like in terms of requirements, and companies then can bid on that. So that's the PCP. It does take a bit of time to go through it. PPI on the other side is where they have a potential solution already on the market, but there's a number of companies that are involved, and they're looking for that kind of enterprise level or that step up. So PPI is where the solution might be applied in a different area, and they're just reapplying it somewhere else, or they might have done their initial prototyping. They might have a patent. They're looking for a first customer. So the PPI process is much shorter, and there's a lot of PPI activity at the moment around COVID-19. So there's a lot of calls and EU funds available at the moment for companies that might have solutions around cleaner surfaces, cleaner air, reduced transmobile movement of bacteria and heating or HVAC, air conditioning. So there's a lot of activity around that at the moment. And again, the reason I'm saying it is that some of these types of contracts will start coming into Ireland, and Enterprise Ireland are doing some work in that regard as well. And there's obviously PTI in Cork, which Liz knows about, which we're promoting some case studies and best practice. So just I want to give you some context, I suppose, of what's happening out there.